Have you ever bumped into your cat outside of your house in the neighborhood? How was the interaction? I was driving past a school a couple of blocks from home and saw his fat ass disappearing through a side gate. Pulled over and said to him through the fence, "What are you doing out here?" You could see from the confusion on his face that he was surprised to see me. It was all wait, what? He meowed at me a couple of times, then wandered off to whatever business he was up to. I grew up in a rural community where it was common to have cats wandering around in the neighborhood. We had a cat that always came over to our place that we fed. She was the friendliest cat, as long as she was within the bounds of our property. As soon as she left the edge of our driveway though, she would run away from you if you tried to approach her. Not sure why being outside of our lawn caused a 180-degree personality shift, but that's the way she was. My family had 3 cats, 2 now, the one this comment concerns passed away this spring. 2 out of 3 liked the occasional wander, but the third, Saphira, preferred to stay at home and be an old grumpy cat lady. She did not like other cats, people, or anyone who wasn't me or my parents. But sometimes, when I was walking home from school, I would spot her a bit away from our home charming all the neighborhood kids for cuddles. I never intervened or acted like I noticed, and if she heard me she'd leave. But I knew. I asked him, "Why are you outside, Ricardo? You are an indoor kitty. Do not run or resist. I have you now. Return to me," and then he just run. Yeah, found out he would regularly visit the pub, which was down the end of the street and through an alley. He would go there and beg food from people sitting on the benches outside. He looked deeply guilty when he saw me standing watching him. She waits by the side of the street every evening. When she sees me coming around the corner, she runs towards me, making little weird sounds. Then she rubs herself all over me and follows me inside the house. Not me, but my mom would tell this story every time I sang the song about Freddie Wilson's cat growing up. In the summer, my indoor childhood cat would sit in the windows and occasionally pop out the screens. One night he did this and my mom caught him casually walking down the street when she was coming home from work. She just got out of the car and asked him exactly where the hell he thought he was going, LOL. He took off into the ravine, and she prepared to have to tell very young me that our cat ran away. By the time she got through the neighborhood though, he was waiting in the carport. He froze, slowly backed up a few steps and ran home. Another time I was going for a walk and heard him meowing. He emerged from a nearby bush and did his pick-me-up dance. I carried him about a half-mile home. He was very pleased with himself. Edit. http://imager.com/gallery/u24cect. Edit 2. The picture is safe for work. I tried to fix it but don't know if it worked. When I lived in Bath, there was a cat that was only semi-officially ours, as in, he had no real owner. He was a stray that had returned to the area after their family moved away, and lived between the many houses on the street. As a result, he had many names, Atkinson, Dave, Ginger, and Fontsworthy amongst them. During the warmer periods, he would lie down on the pavement at a junction, getting affection from anyone who passed by. So it wasn't uncommon for me to see him lying out and about when returning home from work. I'd moved away when he passed away, but there was news articles, -. When I was a kid we lived near the school and my cat would listen for the recess bell and come find me on the playground. She got confused when I went to JR High and wasn't there at recess anymore. My cat pretends he doesn't know who I am if he's anything further afield than our driveway. Literally just acts like I'm cramping his style. He's a prick and I adore him. Not my cat, but the story fits. I used to have 3 cats, but this isn't about them. Every once in a while, a random neighborhood cat would get in our house through the cat door, eat our cat's food, and get pets and cuddles from whoever was inside. We called this cat Spots. We'd see him at the house, of course, and in about a 3-block radius. He was our part-time cat. One time, he came over and stayed for 3 days. It was cold. He'd sleep on my bed. So cute. Anyway, on the 3rd day, there was a sign on the corner, "Lost Tomcat." Very friendly. XXXXXXXX, no physical description or anything, just that. I figured that whoever made the sign was probably talking about Spots, so I called. Turns out I was right. The owner, an elderly man, walked over to the house. As soon as Spots saw the guy, he ran up to him and rolled over on his back like a friendly kitty. "Hey woof, hi, sweet pea, I missed you too." He picked Spots up. Spots went all floppy like a rag doll, rubbing up against the guy's hand. I explained that Spots just kinda showed up, ate the food, made friends with the humans, and avoided the other cats. The guy said that Sweet Pea has done that a couple times before, at different houses. He's such a charming little man. But it's cold, so I wanted to make sure he was okay. And I missed the little guy. He walked home, carrying the cat. Spots kept showing up to say hi for the rest of the time I lived there. I came across my cat down the road near the busy main road. I was concerned that she would get run over, so I picked her up and decided to walk her home. She didn't mind at first as she is quite used to being picked up, but it was a good 5-minute walk to our house and she started to struggle more and more on the way up to a point where I struggled to contain her. When I finally got home I could not get the keys out of my pocket as I needed to restrain her, so I knocked the door. My girlfriend came to the door and looked at me as if I was crazy. I said, "I found Charlie near the main road." I didn't know she roams that far, so I brought her back to avoid her getting run over. She stared at me for another 10 seconds before she said, "That's not Charlie. Charlie is asleep on the sofa." Panicked because he doesn't like other people, then realized it was me and acted smug that his human was with him. Yeah, I take my human for walks, don't you? When I was living at my parents' we had brought in a stray cat and named her Molly. Whenever I left the house for work, Molly would escort me to the end of the road, and when I came home late at night after going out to the pub/club, Molly would hear me and meet me halfway down the road as I was heading back. Best cat ever. My boyfriend's cat jumped into my backpack after I got off the bus in high school. She likes being near me when we're outside together, but if I try to pet her, she acts like, "Stop. My friends will see." So we just chill together near each other. I found him with stray cats, then he totally ignored me. When he came home later, I sat him down and had a serious talk with him about hanging out with strays. Since then, every time I bump into him, he abandons his friends and runs home, then acts all cute when I get there.